Today I have the fun of showing you a brand new fabric collection that is going to be in quilt shops late this year, 2024. I'm so excited to share these with you. We have to wait a while from the time we design them until they start showing to quilt shops, which is when we get to show them to you guys. So let's take a look at these fabrics together. If you watch to the end of the video, I am also going to be showing a sneak peek at one of the brand new quilt patterns I've designed specifically for this fabric collection. This collection is called Cali Co. It's C-A-L-I, Cali Co. And it is a play on the word calico because it is full of small scale prints that are going to work so beautifully for your piecing. And as you notice, we have the full rainbow of colors back in, and I couldn't be happier with the way this collection turned out. Let's just dive into looking at these prints. And here is your first look at what these fabrics look like a little bit closer and in a little bit more detail. This has been a very fun collection to work with. The scale of the prints lends itself very well to piecing a variety of projects. And it is adorable for quilts, but it would be so cute to use in some home decor items, pillows, table runners, kitchen curtains, pot holders, aprons. All those sweet little projects would be just adorable in Cali Co. Before I dive into showing you these prints in more detail, look how cute the fat quarter bundles are this year. Moda is celebrating their 50th anniversary this year, so they have added this cute little 50 years tag. I think that's such a fun detail for these fat quarter bundles. So let's dive into these fabrics. As you can see, we have the full rainbow. We are going to start with the whites and work our way through. A lot of flowers. There's one polka dot print and one cherry print, but I love flowers, so we have quite a few flower fabrics in here. And like I said, they have been so fun to work with. And the full rainbow, these are going to mix beautifully with previous collections I've had. And just so fun. I'm not very good with flower gardens, but I can create flower fabric that allow me to work with flowers year round. And this is certainly a flower-filled collection. The white on white we saw earlier is the same as that scattered dot that we just went past, this one right back here. So the white on white is the same as this fabric here, which is going to work great for backgrounds. Actually, a lot of these lighter colored backgrounds will work beautifully for backgrounds and quilts. I've pulled some of them over here that we can look at a little bit more later, just because they are so nice to use. Now this orange shade is a little bit different than the orange that I have used previously. I often will use a corally sort of orange, but this is more of a melony sort of orange and just a little bit different. It mixes really nice with other fabric lines. I have, let's see what I can pull from back behind me here. This is an older line here, but you can see these are the corally shades I often work with, and they just mix nicely right in there. Right behind me here, I have Peachy Keen. So if we move these up here with Peachy Keen, you can get an idea for the difference in that shade. But that's been a nice addition to this collection. It works really well to give you that full rainbow of color. This is one of my, well, I don't know if I have a favorite. I was going to say it's one of my favorites in this line. I definitely like it very well, but some of these others really catch my eye too when I see them. There's that dot again, that same little viney print. So you can see just full of flowers. The yellow is this lovely warm yellow that I'm always so drawn to. Love having warm yellows in my fabric lines. And then that cherry print again. And then we'll move into the greens and the aqua blues. As you can see, we have a couple shades of blue in here, which has been really fun. The blues on their own are really pretty. I would love to do just a blue and white quilt using some of these prints right now. Well, I'll show you. I'll show you when I get to the blues, the ones that I would love to do a blue and white quilt in. I think that would be really pretty. So these are the greens. I use this shade of green quite often in my fabric lines. It's a pretty pistachio sort of green. And then we move into these aqua blues. The cherries on aqua is really pretty. A little bit of a darker aqua. I think this is so pretty. And then we're going to move into these richer, darker blues. So you can see here, these right in through here would be just beautiful in a blue and white quilt. You could add in this one if you wanted to. It would give just a little bit of red to it. But I think those are so pretty. It's sort of a cobalt blue that I have here. I had a hard time narrowing down the blues because I just thought a lot of them were so pretty. And then we have the cherries on the dark blue also. And now we're going to get into the last batch of fabrics here. This is an orchid purple. If you have seen my Sunny Side Up collection or my Canning Day collection, this is that same shade I used in both of those collections. And I always call it an orchid purple. I do get asked why I don't include royal purples in my fabric lines, and I just don't find that they mix as well with this palette as this shade does. So I think this works really nicely with all of the other colors. And we're going to round things out with the dark gray, which you know I love having gray in my collections. And that is the last one. Slide that over so I can lay these out a little bit for you guys so you can see them all together a bit better. But so many fun fabrics in this collection. It's always fun to see how you all use them, but you can see here how they all work together. These also mix really nicely with coriander colors, which is those simple geometric prints that are coming out in June. So if you happen to pick up any of those, they mix beautifully with this collection. And let's just slide these over and look at some of these low volumes. I want to do a quilt using just the low volumes. I think that would be so pretty. And then, like I said, a lot of these are really nice for backgrounds. I don't have the white on white dot included here, but you can see how pretty those are on their own. And again, these are a November fabric line. That means quilt shops are ordering it right now. If this line has caught your eye and you would love to have your local quilt shop carry it, now when this video comes out is the time to let those shops know. They have a very small ordering window, and once that ordering window closes, it's a little bit trickier to get the fabrics. So if you know that you want your favorite quilt shop to carry these fabrics, let them know now so they can order them now to have in their quilt shop in November when the fabric line comes out. I do have several new quilt patterns that I'm going to be sharing with you. I also am planning a mystery block of the month for 2025 that I will be using this collection for, and I think it's going to be so much fun. I haven't done a mystery quilt along this year. I don't have one planned for this year, but I've done them in years prior, and I think they're so much fun. So I have a mystery one planned using this collection. I will be sharing yardages for that a little bit later, so keep an eye out for that because I think that's going to be a fun one. And now I said I would share a sneak peek of one of the new quilt patterns with you. I'll be talking more about these next Saturday, so do be sure you are subscribed if you want to see all of the new quilt patterns. These will also be in my Etsy shop at that time. So it's not available to purchase this pattern just yet, but I wanted to give you a little peek at it. You all love the Barn Star quilts when I release them. So this is another Barn Star quilt pattern. So a 40-inch square barn star, and you can see how nicely it shows off all of these fabrics. And I think it turned out so pretty. Wait until you see the quilting on this one during my trunk show video. I will show you this quilting up close, and I think it turned out so pretty. So I'm excited to show you that also. But next week, I don't have it ready for this week. Next week, you'll get to see the new patterns. So if you have any questions about the fabrics, anything you were wondering as I was chatting, any questions about if certain prints match different fabric lines I've had previously, you can feel free to ask in the comments and I will be happy to help you with that. Thank you so much for stopping by. Let me know what you think of this new collection. If it's caught your eye or maybe it hasn't, that's okay. We all like different things. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will catch you again next time.